The law itself is very dangerous for Georgian civil society, dangerous not just for NGOs, but independent media in Georgia, and dangerous for the whole society, of course, in terms of democracy and its aspirations towards the West. It's very important, I mean, when they government introduced this law first time in 2023 and then second time in 2024, in spite of committing to never reintroduce it. They expected the society not to care so much. They expected the society would see it as something just concerning NGOs. And before then, they had quite a campaign against NGOs, calling us like rich NGOs, those that are doing some stuff not for Georgia, but somebody else. But apparently this has not worked, and that's why first time they were shocked by the general public's reaction, because general public understood that it is really against the country, it is against country's future. Second time, first time they were shocked and had to retreat on this. Second time already in 2024, they were ready for negative reactions. Unfortunately, they turned out to be ready even for those huge demonstrations that people have participated in. And for Georgia, imagining 200,000 and even more, people coming on one day out for demonstrations is quite a lot. I think even for the US it would be quite a number. So second time they were kind of ready for this and decided to ignore. Of course the law exactly today is the last day for the NGOs to register. We are expecting that some NGOs will be registering, but not more than 2 or maximum 3% of the whole corps of NGOs in Georgia, and media organizations as well. So this means that NGOs in general, not just me, Eka, and our friends, but they are against this. And so is the society. However, if the law stays in power for long, this means that with time, on the one hand, there will be this stigma of whatever you call it, foreign agent, or agent of foreign influence. It will be societal damage, of course, and at the same time it will be a big financial damage, because very soon, like in 5 days, theoretically, we may start being starting to pay fines. And these fines are not small. That's why, some of the NGOs decided to register because they cannot afford even paying one of these fines. Also, those NGOs that are service providers, what they can do, they are providing services, they need vouchers from the government, so they cannot just stay out of this process as we. We are fighting, they are trying to fight as well, but they have to somehow conduce and go with legislation. But the interesting thing is that whether we do register or not, all these procedures are so complicated, as if the government had decided from the very beginning for us not to register and to refuse, because it's almost impossible to fill out all these forms. It's almost impossible to comply with the law and its implementation. And I would imagine that the majority of you know what this law entails and why we call it the Russian law, not even the Russian-style law, because it requests from us the incredible amount of information on the individuals, on the participants of any conference or activity, on beneficiaries, and including any type of sensitive information. The law explicitly mentions religious beliefs and sexual information, though we can't even understand what this means. So, what the aim of the law was? The aim of the law was the same that it was in Russia in 2012, to completely eliminate civil society, to eliminate independent media, and to have the country like they are having today in Belarus and Russia. Our aim is, of course, not to comply with the law and do our best to keep Georgia free, to keep Georgia on its European path. And though I could say that this is the most unpredictable moment in Georgian history, we often mention that we are on crossroads. Actually, for 30 years of independence, we are saying we are on the crossroads. We are. But this moment might be the most crucial in Georgia's history, because this is really this final choice, either between Euro-Atlantic way and the other way, which is coming under complete influence of Russia. The government looks already to be under its complete influence. Georgian people doesn't want it, but we will see this at the elections, because Georgian people have to make a choice, and we have to make a strong choice. And we will see how this translates into election results. As of today, I cannot really guarantee anything, but I am hopeful.